Hello, hello! Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. So I've been uploading every day multiple times, all throughout December and well into January now. And finally caught up on the backlog. This is my first recording on January, that I've actually done in January. Actually, I guess I might have done one really early, like maybe January 3rd or something. While my family was still here, but we're all asleep or something. But, suffice to say, I'm glad I had that backlog. I couldn't fit in recordings for pretty much the second half of December and the first week of January. Like, I got like one or two in here or there. Yeah, but we're back. I've done a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of stuff off camera. Obviously, I started Man Down Magian trials. We're in the middle of the last level 75 kill shot trials for that. I've been doing them on. Actually, I did the first kill shot trial on. Actually, I guess it wasn't kill shots, but I did the first Man Down trial on Thief, the second one on Red Mage, and actually no, I did the first two on Thief, then the third one on Red Mage. Whatever. Either way, I've done one on Thief, one on Red Mage, and I'm working on this one on Bard. I'm about halfway through it. Something major I did while I was playing old RPGs with my brother was I got my cooking to 110. Calm Wayne is now a cooking expert. He can make every cooking recipe except for the cooking recipes that are tied to key items. I haven't done any guild point work, so I can't make like Sublime Sushi, but like I also haven't done I haven't gotten any of the key items. I need to get those, but that allowed us to cap our synergy. I thought synergy went to 100 nowadays, but apparently it only goes to 80. So we were actually only 10 off the synergy cap anyway. And I brought my woodworking up to 70. And it's going to stay at 70 because it's a sub-craft. If you try to level another craft beyond 70, then your 110 craft will start actually literally going down in skill. Because you're only allowed to have one craft at 110. Even though fishing fishing and synergy are different though. Even though they're under the craft skills, they're like their own separate thing. I am going to be leveling fishing so I can make some specific Beastmaster jugs. And the reason I leveled woodworking is so I could fix the Liu Shang's fishing rod, which I bought a Liu Shang's fishing rod. Let's see, I don't know where I put it. But I bought it for like 700k. It was, you know, pretty pricey, but like not by old standards. I guess I'm on Bard. I need to whip out my horn if I'm going to be doing any serious missions here. We're going to be continuing on with the Moogle Kupo D'etat, because that's where we left off last time. Although I can't even remember the last time I actually recorded. But yeah, I bought a Liu Shang's fishing rod. Normally, you'd have to engage in a quest line where you have to catch 10,000 Modecarps. And I believe you're only allowed to catch... I think it's been reduced even further. I think you're only allowed to catch 200 fish a day now to cut down on fish botting. So that would take like 50 days to do, to get one of these naturally from a quest. And I just figured, I just went ahead and bought it. With 70 woodworking, we'll be able to fix it if it ever breaks. And so technically we don't even need any other fishing rod ever again. So only got to worry about bait. But as far as where we are in A Moogle Kupo D'etat, we are on Curses, a horrifically harrowing hex. And if you remember, or you know, it was in the last upload, should have been in the last upload, our Moogle buddy, our Moogle Mog, our Moghouse Moogle, he's trapped in a hex prison. And there was a letter from Shantato saying, hey, you need a hex broken? Come to Shantato. And so, oh, we're involved with Shantato again. Okay, you're still talking about trusts. Uh-huh. Together we are to undertake the ritual known as Extreme Trust. If the ceremony fails, you are less than a blade covered in rust. Yeah, sure, why not? But I'm not quaking or quavering. Fear not, for there is a method behind the madness of this endeavor. As an aside, one of my journeys of late took me to another world, though far be it from me to mention what calamities may have occurred. That doesn't rhyme with world. You're on thin ice, bitch. There I discovered something wonderful, a vast sum of advanced erudition. The 5 ministries could work for millennia and still be no competition. The world that we know is far more expansive than we thought. All our treks, travels, and tomes, have our experiences been for naught? Though the distance at first seems uncrossable, when the universe is your oyster, nothing is impossible. Do you get what I am trying to say? We can cross whole dimensions, not in centuries, but today. Yeah, I understand. I've been to Final Fantasy XIV as well. But you only had that one crossover event, and that was back in, like, 2014. If separate worlds are connected, then so is the common man. And what's more, this does not stop a Galka, Mithra, or Hume. All life is intertwined, like threads of wool on a loom. When I took the time to consider it further, it gave me pause. Could I not utilize this knowledge to further my own cause? For example, what if someone were to threaten my place in history? I could extract their mortal fear and make them writhe in misery. But while I was pondering this fantastic piece of news, the fools in Juneau announced something similar, so I lose. Their methods are different. Trust, friendship, and love, but the theory's the same, and it fits like a glove. Can you believe it? They stole the topic of my next dissertation. I have half a mind to make them the target of my next conflagration. Imagine their nerve of those involved in the project. It was a major affront and a sign of total disrespect. Those wont to be wizards denied me my prize, when in the grand scheme of things they're disease-ridden flies. They refuse to provide me with the fruits of my labor. I swear they will suffer, and I'm not rattling my saber. When all this is over, I shall be more than just cruel. Their leaders shall cower before me. I pity the fool. She's Mr. T now. Yet even that I am willing to overlook, for I shall have my way, by hook or by crook. So instead I have chosen to develop the magic myself. Come stand beside me. Leave your reservations on the shelf. Yes, Comlin, my first subject shall be you. There are many more worthy, but I suppose you will do. I command you to take a deep breath and close your eyes. Whether you will survive the process, I can only surmise. Oh ho ho, Well, Comlin, now you've really got egg on your face. This can't be my fault, so it's you who's misplaced. There is but one thing you can do, and it comes as no surprise. Let the cold darkness take you and face your own demise. Oh ho ho, I might be the harshest mistress in all of Vana'diel, but I may yet forgive you, if at my feet you kneel. I couldn't be more magnanimous, considering what you've done. After all, the way you nearly killed that Taru left you under the gun. What's this, then? You dare claim I was the mastermind? That brazen arrogance of yours is wholly unrefined. Your accusations are irrelevant, your mind shrouded with fog, so let me continue. This is my monologue. Still, the way you vanquished the Shadow Lord left me impressed. You didn't give in to terror, you refused to acquiesce. You won the thanks of the nation for saving the Star Sibyl. For once I shall admit to your prowess sans quibble. In fact, if I deigned to assign you a grade, it would be an A+, for you came up in spades. I also remember when you brought back that fool Prish. I'd wager that girl cannot fathom the horrors she unleashed. Wait, so she just said Prish as Preesh? Huh. I guess you could say it Preesh. But I've always said Prish, so... You're on thin ice, bitch. I can still hear Yorn Orin wailing in despair. I swear, Dr. Chantato, there's no illegitimate heresy. But looking back now, it was a good deal of fun, so I shall forgive you. All people get one. Next, of course, there was that incident with Ragnarok. When it came to shedding blood, you certainly did not balk. Oh, you say the Second Coming failed to ring true? That's not the point. I'm sure you did all you could do. As for me, I reveled in outrageous military spending. It was all quite fun. I mean, I'm still lamenting. And yet here you stand, and the ritual has failed. Could it be perhaps that you got scared and bailed? Remember that time with Yorn Orn and Koromoru? Oh, weren't we just the best of friends through and through? I gave you that hat, though it was covered in grime, so if you want to repay the favor, now is the time. It gives me great pleasure to say that to my will you shall bend. So come to my cold embrace and meet your untimely end. Oh ho ho? They say when faced with death, people bite back like cats in a cage. I thought it was an old wives' tale, but whoever came up with it was a sage. You kept your eyes on the prize, dared as boldly as an amigo, and so you were rewarded. Now you can summon my alter ego. More importantly, my instinct about this magic was on the mark, and those stuffies would deny me my might. What a lark! I wonder, though, if there aren't more secrets to uncover. Just think, Calmwind, of all we've left to discover. But that task I will not commit myself to at the present, so if you find something, hurry back, lest I make you repent. What are you still doing here? Get out of my face. Dirty adventurers like yourself should know their place. After you turn around and walk out that door, I'll wake up He-Wan B-Wan. Who can stand how he snores? That spell I cast on him is more dangerous than it seems. It could even cause his death if taken to extremes. Okay, so we have yet another Shantato trust. That's probably not as good as, like, any of the other ones we already had. Because we already had Domina Shantato. We already got Shantato 2, so... whatever. Anyway, that wasn't why we were here, and that took like 8 minutes. Oh, welcome, my adventuring friend. Let me guess, you've a curse you'd like me to mend. I see. Clattering shutters and rattling doors, a most sinister incantation, this hex of yours. But fear not for your humble dwelling. The peerless Shantato will administer a proper dispelling. Oh ho ho ho! Sadly, I fear there's just one snag. You see, a vital ingredient has gone missing from my reagent bag. Yes, a ripe starfruit will be needed, methinks, in order to root out this baleful jinx. Bring me what I seek, and we shall address the matter you bespeak. Okay. Alright. So, apparently we gotta go, like, does she, like, give us any hints beyond that? Outer Horutortu, my ripe starfruit lies, concealed in a very special cardigan, so keep peeled your eyes. Alrighty then. Now it says we've got to go to F11 in western Saruta Baruta and enter the outer Horutoto ruins. And it says we gotta kill Cardians to get one or more of the following key items. And I don't remember this at all, so I guess it'll be kind of cool. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, so for leveling cooking, I cooked a whole bunch. I did like hundreds of synths. And towards the end, I actually started making stuff that I want to eat myself. And this was the result. I bought like 5 stacks of Cerberus meat, maybe more, and made tons of smoldering Salisbury steaks. Then I used the behemoth meat that I had on hand from when I got the defending ring, and also bought like 5 stacks of behemoth meat or something like that, and made behemoth steaks. Maybe it wasn't 5 stacks. Either way, I made a shit ton of behemoth steaks. And so we've got meaty attack food for days. Okay, so western Saruta Baruta, I think the quickest way there for us is go to Winter's Waters, exit, and then just run outside. Apparently, we don't have to get all the key items from these Cardians. There's 4 key items to get. It's like orbs of the card suites, or the Cardian suites. If we get all 4 of them, I guess it'll be easier. There's a battle we gotta do after we get at least one of the key items, so we'll see what happens. But, there's gonna be some more zoning in and zoning out. It's like apparently we got to go to this Western Saruta entrance to get the key items, but then we have to go to another Horototo Ruins entrance to get different ones. I don't know. Yeah, part of the reason, like to switch gears though, since we know what we got to do now. With regards to Mandal and the killshot trials I've been doing, I decided to start doing them on Bard because the current killshot trial is on Plantoids. Mercy Stroke killshots on Plantoids. And there's a spot in Waujo and Woodlands where it's really easy. There's some like level, I don't know, 68-ish. See, F11 is at the bottom, I would assume. Yeah, we gotta go south. Maybe I should have used the port exit. I probably should have used the port exit. Oh well. But I don't have cap string skill on Bard. See, Bard has 2 instrument skills and singing skill. And singing skill, it will rise no matter what songs you play or what instruments you have. And you don't even actually need an instrument to sing. Although if you have no instrument, then you can only sing 1 song. But also the instrument skill stacks with your singing skill and combine. And so like currently, like if I had a wind instrument on, I'd have 482 skill applied to my songs. At least that's the way I understand it. So I've been working on string skill. Not really because I care about having a harp right now. Like, most of the harps, they don't modify at 75 and below. The harps don't really modify any songs you actually care about. I think there's like one harp that modifies Knight's Min, which is the defense song, which for our purposes at this level is not very good. I've heard at higher levels it's really good to put on paladins and other tanks, especially if they're super tanking. But I don't know. I'm just leveling the strength skill because it's something to do that I can do simultaneously with kill shots. And Bard's actually kind of fun, especially with merits. This Nightingale and Troubadour, with their respective merits. Nightingale basically gives you a minute-long period where all of the songs you cast on Bard are instant cast. And that's even with the effect of Troubadour up. So you get like 3.5-minute songs, or maybe it's like closer to 4 minutes. Yeah, 4-minute songs, I guess, that are cast instantly. And like all throughout that 1 minute that they're both are active, you can rebuff the songs or sing different songs or pianissimo some other songs. It's kind of fun. I don't like it as much as Corsair still, because Corsair has a gun. But Bard is definitely... I like it. I like Bard. And it's kind of sad that, like... I don't know... The player base for so long... Like... To the player base, Bard's just the buffer. And, like, the puller back in the day. Like, the ultimate puller or the ultimate buffer. But I mean, you can see I'm wearing full Hecatome, right? Like, I'm wearing full Hecatome. It can equip the Joyous. Like, Bard's actually not that bad at fighting. I don't know why. I don't know why people, didn't let it do more combat back at the 75 cap. It might have been because it's kind of weak, and at 75 cap, I mean, it would have been a lot weaker. Could also be because it just takes a lot of gear to make it this good. I mean, you'd be competing against a lot of other people for this gear. And then I guess it doesn't hit as hard as other jobs either, but I don't know. It's just I think the player base missed out. I think there should have been more frontline bards back in the day. That would have definitely been, if I had played bard back in the day, like especially like at events and stuff, I would have. Ooh, we got an orb of swords. Okay, we got orb of swords. Yeah, I would have definitely gotten like I had a joy use, so I would have used that, and I would have probably used the Blau Dolch. It's one of the better daggers I think that bard can use. Would have used all that, and I would have. Let's put on something that doesn't make us run slow. Oh yeah, I also got a bunch of gear randomly from like buying stuff from bazaars. So I actually upgraded my belt finally. Since all of our jobs are level 75, we no longer need a speed belt. So I saw this Ninurta sash in someone's bazaar for 2 million gil. And I saw it for like a day or two while I was crafting, because they kept running past me in Adeline, and I was just like, I sent them a tell. I was like, hey, you know, they're Japanese, and I used auto translate. I was like, 2 million gil, incredibly tough, impossible to gauge, and I put a frowny face. And I put 1 million gil, easy prey, and basically ask nicely, I'll buy that belt from you for 1 million gil. And the special thing about this belt, this Ninurta sash, is that it's actually a drop from Absolute Virtue. People kill Absolute Virtue for the title and for, I guess, lock style pieces. There's there's a katana that comes from him. There's a couple other things that come from him. I assume that you can lock style, mostly rings. So I bought that. I also bought this Bellona's ring. It's also a ring that comes from Absolute Virtue. It's ranged accuracy, ranged attack, plus 8. But that was actually in someone's bazaar for only like 30k. I was like, man, these aren't valued in today's Final Fantasy 11, because why would they be? They're level 75 gear that can't compete with item level gear. But for our purposes, they're going to be good for a long time. So I just figured, hey, why not? And also surprisingly, someone was selling drops from Pandemonium Warden. And let's see, where did I put it? Maybe it was in storage? No? MogSafe? MogSafe? Huh. Mog Wardrobe? No, I guess... Huh, where is it? There's a great katana that drops off of Pandemonium Warden that I also bought. Someone was selling it for a mere 5k in their bazaar, and I said, hell yeah, let me add it. Huh. It's called like the Nanat Suya... like, where is it? Where is it? I thought oh, there it is. Natsu Saya no Tachi. And I don't know exactly how much Zanshin effect it gives you, but it gives 7 strength, 7 dexterity, swings pretty fast, 77 base damage, and has a unique model. Although I think they came out with some katanas later on that share this model. Maybe not though. It's based off like the famous 7-branch sword from I think it's actually in Korea, in a Korean museum, but or it might be a Korean sword that's housed in a Japanese museum. I don't really remember. we don't get another key item orb here and like a few more Cardians, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the story point and fight the Cardians. I'm pretty sure with Trust we'll be fine. But yeah, there was that katana that I bought for literally 5k. And then the Hachiryu Haramaki. This body piece drops from the Pandemonium Warden, and someone sold it for 1,000 gil. And I don't know why they sold it for only 1,000 gil. I assume it would be a lock style piece or like a status symbol, even though you could kill Pandemonium Warden at item level with just trusts pretty easily. People consider that kind of thing a hassle because it comes at the very end of ZNMs. You have to farm ZNMs for like, oh jeez, like I wouldn't know how much it would be by today's standards, but back in the day, like you had to do 3 paths. You had to do the Hydra path, the Chimera path, and the Cerberus path for ZNMs. And that back in the day could take, you know, a couple of months to just get all the right items and get all the tier 3s killed. It's like the way it works is there's tier 1 ZNMs, and you kill one of those and then you get access to tier 2 ZNMs. And if I remember right, tier 2 ZNMs, you have to kill 2 of them. Like they combine. Like there's 2 of them for each path. You kill both of them for that specific path, and then you need both of the items they drop or give, as well as key items that you get for turning their items in or whatever, to spawn one of the tier 3s. The tier 3 ZNMs, there's 3 that you have to kill. And with their 3 key items and the next item that you buy from Sanraku, you can also buy like another salt key item from him that lets you go through this like runic portal sort of thing to a closed off area where you basically fight a souped up version of each of the Treasures of Atagon H&Ms. So it's like a Cerberus that has fire magic. It's a Chimera that has like I think thunder magic, but it might be some different type of magic that I don't remember. It might be like dark magic. I don't really. And then I think it's a Hydra with wind magic. I only really remember fighting the Cerberus because it had the drops that people really wanted, and I think they have slightly less HP than the actual H&M versions of themselves, but they have all the same moves. Like they have Gates of Hades, you know, they have Ululation, Fulmination, Barrow Field, Nerve Toxin, you name it, they got it. And they're pretty hard to kill. And nowadays, they're involved. They've always been involved in this, but nowadays the only reason people still kill them is for their hides. You trade their like hides or their item or whatever. All 3 of them, you have to kill all 3 of them to make a mythic weapon. But also, you have to kill all 3 of them again to and use their items that you would use for the mythic weapon to pop Pandemonium Warden. So like Pandemonium Warden is at the end of like a, I think it's like, what's it, 1, 2, 3. So 2, 3 is what, 6? It's got 18, possibly more. I think it's more like 27 Notorious Monster link chain, something like that. Of farming the Zenny, taking the pictures, getting the pops and the key items and stuff. He's all the way at the end of that. So it's a big time-consuming process with actually very difficult Notorious Monsters, which like I'm pretty sure to an item level person they could kill anything, any of the ZNMs, like without breaking a sweat. But it's just, you know, it's all the legwork. It's all the zinni gathering that really puts people off of doing it. Yeah, like, doing all that work, like, the Hachiryu Haramaki or whatever, you can see it's a really damn good piece for Monk and for Melee Ranger. It's not bad at all for Ninja. And even Warrior and Samurai could get some decent use out of it. Again, I don't know exactly what the Zanshin effect, how much Zanshin effect it gives, but nowadays, Samurai can activate Zanshins like double attacks, basically, that give more TP. So, like, it's actually a really solid body piece with no downsides. You can also see it's part of a set. The other Hachiryu pieces, there's actually only 4 Hachiryu pieces. There's no headpiece in the Hachiryu set. There's gloves, pants, and feet. And the pants used to be very, very, very highly sought after because they are strength plus 10 and attack plus 5 for all of the jobs that are listed on the Haramaki. So really, really amazing warrior, samurai, and ninja, and like it's just amazing for every job they can wear them. The gloves, if I remember right, are dexterity plus 10, accuracy plus 5, and the feet are agility plus 10, and I think evasion plus 5. And I don't know what the set bonus is. I don't know how much store TP the set bonus gives. But yeah, people basically... I think it was Saramea, which is the Cerberus. I think that's the one that dropped the pants. And that was the most sought-after ZNM out of the whole echelon of ZNMs. Although, there are other rare exclusive sets that drop from the ZNMs, like the Enkidu set, which you see me wear the boots on Ranger. It's like a pink Hecatome set that's like supposed to be... It's based off the Coral set. Coral Harness set, rather. It gives a lot of strength, dexterity, and subtle blow, and agility, and some store TP, a little bit of haste. There's the Aurum set, which is, it looks like Iron Musketeer's armor, but it's golden or yellow. It was called banana armor by people back in the day, because, I mean, it is kind of the color of banana peel. With ever so slight amount of metallic sheen. And the Aurum set actually has some pretty interesting pieces. There's like a body that's like... I think the Aurum Cuirass is 8 strength, 8 dexterity, 15 attack, and 8 store TP. But then it has like minus 8 vitality, minus 8 agility or something like that as an offset. The Aurum Sabatons had like 2 haste and like 3 dexterity and like 5 accuracy on them or something. I don't remember what the Aurum head and hands had. I just know the rest of the Aurum pieces were like nothing to write home about. There had to be a mage set, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there was, but I don't remember what it would be. Okay, let's get out a serious trust setup because we're gonna be fighting for realsies. Oh, wait. Examine the... Oh, trust magic cannot be used. Well, maybe that's old. Maybe that's outdated. We'll summon our trusts anyway and see what happens. We will see what happens. I mean, if I can't use trust, it's whatever. If Bard isn't up to the task of killing this fight, then I'll just come back and do it on a different job. Oh, yeah, okay, sure enough. Oh dear. Oh dear. There's a lot of Cardians. Could I move, please? Could I at least move, please? Could I move? Could I do something? Let me move, please. we're on Bard and we're getting our ass beat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and 2-hour and do some Bard shenanigans here. Maybe save our skin. So we got regen going. We'll just get 2 regen songs going. And I'll see if I can't... Oh, I don't have access to Alien Edge on Bard. Dagger skill's too low. Oh dear. Are they just like completely immune to everything? Oh man. Slashing damage immunity. I don't think I have a slashing weapon on Bard. This is really... I should have looked stuff up, man. I should have paid attention. Thought I was just going to be able to bulldoze this with thrusts. But, looking like... no. We would need the Orb of Coins to remove magic damage immunity. Or the Orb of Cups. But I don't think... Like, does Bard even have... I mean, it has a little bit of sword skill. But I don't have any slashing swords I can use on it. Well. I have done it again. I have screwed the pooch. I mean, I guess I could try to, like, stay alive or something. Well, I'd like desperately search my wardrobes. Like I said though, I don't think I got anything I can use. I did not plan this out. I did not do jack squat. Huh. Well. I guess we're slowly damaging it because we poisoned it? I don't know. Let's get out of here with a warp ring and come back. Did we lose the key item? Okay, well that was unfortunate. Let's see. Do we still have the orb of Warprin. Let's see. It's supposed to be in temporary key item, so I guess we lost it. I guess we lost it when we started the fight, so I guess we gotta farm another one. That's pretty annoying. But now we know, and knowing is the battle in this case. I really thought I was just going to be able to steamroll it, so that's on me. That's on me. But here's what we can do. We can switch over to Warrior. And it's been a while since I've been on Warrior. We'll wait and see what okay. So on Warrior, not exactly sure what we'll want. I do want to actually put that on and see what it looks like. I've never had one. any of our bard. We do want our Hecatome. Let's see. We want to use our Great Axe because we want Fell Cleave. Yeah, I think we want Fell Cleave. Although obviously, in order for Warrior to work out, we're gonna need we're not gonna need just Fell Cleave. We're gonna need to get the Orb of Swords again, because we have to remove their slashing damage immunity. I completely forgot about this. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I screwed up. I did not remember Cardians and needing to battle them in a specific manner at all. So, it's on me. It's on me. Also, our current food effect is Behemoth Steak, by the way. Not shy about eating my handiwork. But I figure, you know, if we get Fell Cleave going, you know, it's a bunch of weak monsters, more or less, and if we get Fell Cleave going, we'll just be groovy. Let's see. Full-time Mats Cap, I guess. Yeah, we want the region, I think. It doesn't really matter as long as we can do Fell Cleave, which I believe we still need our stuff for. Oh, you know what? I've got Gimbu's Kabuto, don't I? That has physical damage taken reduction. It's like -3, and it has a little bit of haste on it because it's almost ideal augments, I believe. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So that'll work out for us just fine, probably. And so now we'll have to go back to that F11 tower and farm orbs. Hopefully the Orb of Swords. If we just get the Orb of Swords again, then it'll be fine. Oh, why does that Sunkissed burn so much? Oh. Excuse me. Sorry, this is the most I've talked, because I have, like I said, I haven't been doing recordings. I haven't done a recording in at least 2 weeks, so, okay, so. So, like this, we should have access to Fell Cleave? Yeah, Fell Cleave. Okay, cool. It's so darling to me that I can do that at 75. I can just... I got the C-Torque, I've got the full merits, I've got a piece that just gets a little bit of skill, and boom! Okay, let's just ride our mount. And sorry for my burping. You know me, though. I don't mean to be disgusting, I just am. Let's check our key items again just to make sure that the orb really isn't there. Yep, it's really not there. I'm still confused as to why we have the Crystalline Prophecy, like, goblin food. I thought we used that when we spawned the goblins. My guess is that it's possibly one of the temporary key items that is actually permanent. Because sometimes the temporary items in this game, they just wind up being permanent, so... It's one of those things. Just one of those things. Oh, you might have noticed I got slightly better augments on my Hecatome legs. I fished for it. Back during the Abjuration campaign, I just wound up with a whole ton of Neptunal abjurations. I've also been pursuing a riddle recently from Fafnir, and that's actually I've boondoggled at least 1.5 million gil on that, and it is not. I have not gotten a riddle. So I mean that's only like 7 pop items for Fafnir, but either way, it's a boondoggle at this point. I kind of just want one, you know. It's part of Final Fantasy XI history. It would be so awesome to get one. Now, I'm gonna go look at the other wiki for this because... Okay. I don't know if all of these Cardians can drop it or if it's only the 2s. And BG Wiki is not helpful. Obtain 1 or more of the Orb of Batons, Orb of Cups, Orbs of Swords, Orbs of Coins, key items from Cardians in Outer Horde Toto Ruins. Any level non-event Cardians can drop the key item that matches its names. Dahlia Tower at F11 in West Saruta is filled with every type of Cardian, so that's why we're here. Every Alliance member currently in the zone will receive the key item if it drops. Cardians that have a higher number are more likely to drop the key items. Only 1 of the orbs is required to start the fight, but more orbs obtained reduces the number of Cardians you must fight. As of some 2010 March update, you can buy the key item if you've already completed a crystalline or A Moogle Kupo D'etat. Come on, just kill the damn thing. Why do I miss? I am confused. I'll take my Hecatome feed off real quick, just to have haste going. So we don't get any slowed down any further than we need to be. Also, I guess I could just ignore, since I only really care about the slashing damage. I should only go after the ones that say of swords, I guess. So maybe we could use wide scan. Oh, there's some 9s. 9 of swords. Ooh, let's go off the beaten path and kill that guy. Don't know how strong he is, but you know. Okay, they're still too weak to be worthwhile, so I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. 9 of swords. Here, give me that orb of swords, please. Orb of swords, please. Oh snap! He lived through 2 hits. I'm impressed. Oh well. Still no key item. It's a little bit disappointing. But we can look around. Oh. There's somebody back here. Wonder if they're here for a mission or if they're here for what we're here for. I'm going to assume they're back here for Winder's missions. Pretty sure this is where we had to come for one of the last Windurst missions. It's been a while, although I uploaded that video just a few days ago. Yeah. Kill some of these other ones. It couldn't hurt to have other options, I guess. No, there really aren't a lot of swords in here. If we'd gotten the Orb of Cups, we probably would have been fine on Bard. That's piercing damage. But I want the Orb of Swords, honestly. I mean, we could put on a spear and go fight them. It's just, since I don't have the Love Torque, the prospect of doing that, like I wouldn't have Sonic Thrust, which is the 300 skill polearm, and it's a straight line AoE. Yeah, the prospect of doing that or getting that is pretty low. Although I guess technically Warrior with the polearm and Retaliation would work. Would work out okay, probably. The Guardians really don't seem like they have that much HP. And that's why I'm opting for Warrior. I was hoping... Oh, there's 3 of Swords. I was hoping we could get the Orb of Swords again and just go right on back and Felcleave him to death. Have another solid use for Felcleave, my Felcleave setup that I worked a little bit hard to get. Let's see where these pop up at. Okay, they pop up under the goblin thing, so that's cool, that's cool. Okay, so we got Orb of Cups, right? So we don't need to touch anything that says cups at all. Also, I don't know what these cards are for at all. There's like some quest that involves them, but you can just NPC them for varying amounts of money. I think back in the day they used to sell decently. Not a lot of people knew where to get them, but a lot of people wanted to do the quest, but I don't remember why you would ever have done the quest. 'Cause I never did it, and I didn't know. I maybe knew like 1 or 2 people who did it before, but I like what our HP is at. 1777. Seven of Swords. The assortment of Guardians back here seems kind of random. Oh wait, this is like a different... No, it's not different. There's 7s. And 8s, but there's no 8 of Swords. There's the 9 of Swords. And I hope I don't have to farm for this much longer. Wasn't expecting this. Not expecting this. I'm gonna kill these 8s and see if, not if we get anything, because I don't really care about getting any orb other than sword orb, really, but I guess it couldn't hurt to have to fight less stuff. Okay, well, I guess we're fighting less stuff. Orb with batons is blunt damage. I think. Yeah. Coins would be magic damage. And we got, okay, we now have every orb except the orb that I wanted. I guess that's the way it goes sometimes. Honestly, it's probably just what I should have done in the first place. I should have just stayed here and been patient and farmed. Because we'd probably be done with the quest by now. I have a vague memory of asking friends what the cards were for, back when we did this. Because, you know, back in the day, you just came in here at the party you were doing it with, and killed Guardians en masse, and then went over to the other one. Although, actually, I think back in the day, you just went straight to the one where it's at, because there's Guardians in there, too. They're just not, I guess, not as many, or not every type, or whatever. I don't know. I do know that the respawn rate on these is awful, and sad. These wounds are self-inflicted. So, like at this point, I guess I could switch to Thief and use Aeolian Edge. We do have access to that, and that's what I thought I might have access to on Bard. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just use Alien Edge, and then I was like, in my head, I was like, oh wait, right. I've been playing my alternate character from the past too much. I did a little bit of cheating off camera, viewers. I used some of my older alternate characters to farm up some more Kirins and get a Hecatome body, and I like used them to farm up some like extra abjurations for synergy tatters, to kill Fafnir more easily. Like, I'm capable of killing Fafnir on Calm Wind with just trusts, but it's kind of like sketchy, because of if the trusts get right in front of him, then they take maximum damage from his Dragon Breath, and that causes them to hemorrhage MP, so it's pretty difficult. But the magic burst numbers on Fafnir are super delightful because he's like super duper weak to thunder and water, especially water. I magic bursted like a water 3 on Red Mage for like 1793 or something like that. Very beautiful damage happens to him from magic bursts with the correct element. Yeah, I kind of got too used to just having Alien Edge for cleaving large groups. And, I mean, you've seen me use it on Thief before, I believe. Because it's only 290 skill, so you get access to it on any A+ dagger job with just the merits. This is some riveting content, isn't it? Just me running around waiting for Guardians to spawn. This is totally worth your time. You totally haven't already closed out and gone to watch, I don't know, Tasting History with Max Miller, or, Jesse's Auditorium, or, let's see, any of the big channels are a given, right? But I would assume that any big channel, you know, you watch through their, like, you know, weekly upload or bi-weekly upload already, and are waiting for them to put out good content. And I'm the filler content that you're listening to at work, or maybe while you're in the tub or on the toilet. Although, my buddy, he probably doesn't consider me a buddy, but I know he watches my videos because he comments on it. But Apathetic AJ is this other Final Fantasy XI Let's Player. He has a much more free-form approach to it. Instead of trying to show off the game in its, like, story and entirety, he's just showing off, you know, raw gameplay. Like, he's like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do in game, and this is what I'm doing. And that does often involve storyline because it's a new character. But it also, like, he's already level 99 because he just took one job up, and it was Dragoon. But he remarked in one of his early recordings, I think while he was still doing Final Fantasy XI from private server Cat's Eye XI, which is probably one of the better private servers from what I've seen and experienced. He said that, you know, people will watch Let's Play content or long form content to, like, fall asleep because it's, you know, repetitive and it's someone talking, and I believe it. That's the wrong door. I just want to kill another sword, please. I don't think a 9 of swords respawned over here. So maybe you watch these while you're falling asleep, and if so, I still appreciate it. I don't expect all of anyone's time or anything, especially for the less than stellar videos like this. Or honestly, I like on rewatching them while like waiting for them to upload or whatever. The salvage ones, I thought they were kind of boring because like I couldn't really do a lot in salvage by myself, and it's just like you know, more or less fighting. You don't even get the assault music because I'm alone, and like they're like technically assaults, but like the music doesn't kick in unless you're in a party. There's no 6s of swords either, is there? Let's look on the old wide scan for some swords. There's a 3 of swords. Batons, 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 batons. Huh. If we could get all the way over there, there's 10s. But I don't know how to get all the way over there, or do I? Let's see. We can't go through here. We already established that. So I don't know how we would get over to where I want to be, where those 10s are. Well, we won't have to fight that many of them at this point. I guess we could use my pole arm. But all my strongest weapons are smashing. Please give me the Orb of Swords. Man, they sound kind of strange when they scream. I guess we could, like, since we got blunt damage unlocked, we could try using the, like, Terra staff or something. Which would give us a total of, what was that? 36% less damage taken. And there wouldn't be that many of them to kill at this point, so I think we would be fine. I don't know. I'll kill like a couple more swords here because we're getting a bit long in the tooth. We're already over an hour, and if we don't get the Orb of Swords, then whatever, we'll use a different weapon and fight them. Fight the Guardians for this story mission for A Moogle Kupo D'etat, because that's what we're doing. I'll fight them ourselves. Let's see. Dude, did only batons respawn? Like, what is this? Ugh, this is the opposite of fun. Nine of everything except swords. Okay, yeah, let's just leave. Let's just go ahead and leave, because we're obviously not getting the Orb of Swords anytime soon. And I'm not cutting away. I want to get more story done in this video. And we got a choice between using the Dabo, which is piercing, or the Terra Staff, which is blunt. I really don't think they have that much HP, so I think I just want to try to kill them outright with the Dabo. Because we have access to some pretty good weapon skills, even though we don't have any AoE weapon skills, so I think we could possibly get it done like this. Just checking real quick for any more swords. And there's going to be less of them too, because we have more orbs. If you get all 4 orbs, it's what? It's, let's see. By default, there are 20. If each additional orb, the number of Guardians is reduced by 5 for a minimum of 5. So we'll have to fight 10 Guardians like this if we don't get an Orb of Swords. Which I think will be okay. I think we'll be okay to do that. I mean, we can also check once we get over there if there's any Guardians of Swords over there. We could potentially get the orb from them, and it should work out okay. But yeah. Let's just hop on our red crab and go. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I know that I put Armies Pay on, Soul Voice Armies Pay on 4 and 3 on Bard, and then I used Curing Waltz to stay alive there. But, like, I'm pretty sure that that's only, like, I'll have to check the recording, but I'm pretty sure that's only, like, maybe 14 tick regen, which is nothing to sneeze at. It might be more than that too, but they weren't killing me. You know, they weren't like killing us. There were so many of them, and we got like 300 more HP on Warrior as it is, so I think we'll be fine. Actually, kind of curious to see if they'd even be able to hurt us with the Terra Staff on. Because, like, I don't know, having a large amount of damage taken minus is a pretty cool thing. Yeah, just for fun, let's see. Like, if they're not dying fast enough, we can always switch to the spear in the middle of combat. Of course, I really rather would have just fell cleaved them to death. But the Orb of Swords was not forthcoming. I wonder what's next. I wonder what kind of shit we gotta do after this. Return to the Shantato, she gives you shit. Go back to Upper Juno. Okay. Well, what do we gotta do after that? Chocobo digging? What the fuck? Oh dear god, that doesn't sound fun. Basically, the Moogle's gonna tell us a specific zone to go to. We have to take Geisel Greens and ride a Chocobo out there and do Chocobo digging, which Chocobo digging in this game is like you use a Geisel Green and the Chocobo digs and randomly finds something. And it kind of works like Chocobo Hot and Cold in, I believe it's Final Fantasy IX. Is the Final Fantasy that had you play Chocobo Hot and Cold, which is something I'd never enjoyed. So, meh. But hey, I guess you'll get to see that it's part of Final Fantasy XI, assuming we ever get past this damn Guardian thing. This doesn't help us at all, so let's put our shift chain back on. And I think everything else is fine. Now, I guess if we use staff, because we got the Orb of Coins, we'll be able to use Earth Crusher as a TP move. So I guess this will work out. I guess Fell Cleave can't have all the fun of cleaving. Yeah, I think it was Drelo. He linked this guy in Jesse's Auditorium or whatever. It's like a 50,000 subscriber channel. This guy like talks about instrumentation and like critiques like the flow of songs. He doesn't seem to get overly technical about it. I've only watched this one video. Someone sent him the Ottergon Whitegate theme, Bustle of the Capitol, and he critiqued it. He was glowingly positive about it too. And I thought it was kind of cool. And I hope he does other 11 music. Got me thinking maybe I could critique the music in 11, but I'm heavily biased for one, and for another, I stopped taking music classes after elementary school because I didn't want to be in band or practice an instrument or anything. So, okay, so yeah, we got 10 Cardians. Oh yeah, this isn't going to be a problem. This isn't going to be a problem at all. If we can actually get to go or move or anything. There you go. Probably should have just brought Samurai Sub. Come on, guys, I've got Aggressor on. Got an invasion penalty. Please stop trying to, like, surround me, please. Now, this is hilarious because this is reminding me of something someone said to me on the Final Fantasy XIV forums about monster behavior. In Final Fantasy XIV, they're like, I've noticed that when you go into dungeons, monsters try to surround you actively, and so you have to constantly be moving as a tank. And it's just like, no they don't. And Final Fantasy XIV, they're all very, very static in their positioning, and they only move if their hitboxes can't accommodate one another. So like if there's a drastic size difference between the monsters, they will move and spread out weirdly. But you can literally force large monster groups in 14 to like bunch really tightly. But this guy was saying, oh, they constantly try to surround you, and it forms a sort of ball around you, and it's just like, no, dude, that's not what they do at all. But right then, that seemed to be what was happening here in 11. And I just had to wonder, is this guy trolling and like using his 11 experience as what he thinks it didn't change or something? Because there's actually a significant amount of people who play MMOs, and whatever their first MMO is, they will just like carry the experience of it forward and assume that every MMO after that operates in the same exact way. And I'm guilty of that. I did that when Final Fantasy XIV first came out. I wasn't hip to the lingo, and my ex-girlfriend was telling me about how hard Bard rotation in Final Fantasy XIV was, and the only Bard rotation I'd ever heard of was rotating Bards across an alliance for like Dynamis Lord or other hard fights in 11, and so that's what I thought she meant. I thought, oh man, the timing must be even tighter since everything's on a 2.5 second, minute by minute basis, second by second basis in 14. I was like, man, that must be, crazy difficult. And she just sort of laughed and was like, yeah, it's not really the same, but yeah, it's hard. That's all you just need to empathize with me. Yeah, Bard is hard. And later in life, I found out that Bard was in fact not hard at all. It was one of the easiest jobs in A Realm Reborn. But whatever. And then also what rotation meant in a 14 context. I felt really dumb when I found out that I had just bullheaded and assumed it was the same. But that was partially me not wanting to change. You know, I didn't want to feel like I didn't know what I was talking about, but literally every MMO is different enough that you have to learn the case-by-case basis and then the terminology and the vocabulary. So, yep, it's not the same. It's not the same. Also, just talking about this sash real quick. Notice sash. You see, it says all jobs, and that's going to be something we'll see on a lot of belts going forward. But you notice the speed belt was not usable by a lot of mage jobs or puppet master. So now we have a 6% haste belt. This replaced all of our belts going forward for a long time for every job. So I also think it means we have 20% haste on puppet master now. That's kind of cool. Alright, honey, give me the hex breaker or something. Why, yes, precisely. This should do quite nicely. Excellent and very well. Now off to Juno. We've a curse to dispel. Why don't you go on ahead? I must find someone to watch over the laboratory in my stead. Oh, and I'm sorry, but it's my business stance. I require my payment of 5,000 gil in advance. Okay. You're clearly a man who can recognize a good deal. For powers of my magnitude, that price is a steal. Oh. But yeah, I don't remember what I was just talking about. Oh, well, no, I was talking about the belt. It's a really good belt to have. But before that, yeah, train of thought is completely lost. I love seeing my job list like that, just uniform, and every job is useful to me. Not to mention I don't gotta worry about leveling any more sub-jobs. I think they would have to introduce like master level, it's like what, one sub-job level every 5 master levels, and so like in order for me to have to worry about leveling a sub-job again, they'd have to introduce I guess master level 130, which I wouldn't put it past them, but they said they're not going beyond master level 50. And master level 50, it lets your sub-job get to level 59. So yeah, we're all set as far as sub-jobs go. Don't even have to think about sub-job leveling. Alright, Moogle, I've come to save you from these creepy ghosts. Every second I spend, this goddess-forsaken hovel is giving me the heebie-jeebies, Kupo. Did you speak with the professor? Will she help us, Kupo? Shantato has arrived to answer your call. There's a curse to be lifted, no time to stall. She almost looks majestic. Oh yes, there can be no doubt. This hex packs some serious clout. With my prodigious powers, 'tis a trifling matter, a simple counterspell to send these spirits to scatter. Oh, ghosts and demons go away, don't come back another day. Now be gone, I say. I feel like I could have done that. But, oh well. Is that all, Professor? That was awfully quick, Kupo. Is that really so surprising after all? It was a curse of my own Yeah. Okay, so this is a money-making scheme by Shantato. What a bitch. Ever a curious character, that Professor Shantato, but no matter, the curse is lifted. Oh, joy of joyous joys. I am once again free to flutter about to my heart's content. Oh, Koopy Ruru, my darling, how I've missed you, Kupo. Thank you ever so much, Master. But still, we must do something about Dom Koopaliar and that curious eviction notice. After all, without my job, how will I be able to afford Kupo Ruru's engagement ring? We must act now, Kupo. In fact, I think I'll float by the boss's place right now and see just what in the world is the matter. After all, it isn't just like him to fly off the handle like that, Kupo. He's always been as gentle as a Gubu. You just sit tight, Master. I'll have this whole mess straightened out before you can say Jaggedy-eared Jack. Well, I just said it, Bobo. Ow. What happened, dude? That did. They're giving us the instant replay here on how hard this Moogle just got dunked. Dude, those look like the fucking blood grimoire from the Scholar quest line. Poor Moogle. Kupow, ow, ow, that smarts. Uh-oh. Moogles with badass sunglasses? What's the big deal, eh? I paid good gil for that curse. You think I can just up and dispeckle, uncursify it like that? Why, you're not the boss. Master, this is Toto Kupaliar, the boss's scofflaw son, a real troublemaker whose arrogance and ambition is succeeded only by his inability to form an intelligible utterance. What's the meaning of this, Kupo? Yeah, I'm Toto, all right. What's it to ya? The old man's on an extended leave of abscess, so I've been... abscess. So I've taken control of the family biz in his place. You got a problem with that? You take it up with management. Oh, wait, that's me. You mean that eviction notice? Me being fired? That was all you're doing, Kupo? Yeah, I can see you're as sharp as a something that ain't too sharp. That's right. Dear old Dad is getting on in years, so I figured it's time for some fresh blood. A new corpulent strategery, if you catch my drift. But this is fraud! Flim-flam, Kupo. You don't have the authority. We had a contract written and signed by... Kupaliar? Don't see the old man's name nowhere on there, now don't you? Ha! You couldn't even tell by all those big, educated words I used? You really are dumber than a rock's a box. Listen up, because I ain't gonna say this once. I was getting sick of waiting around for a dear old pop to hand the company down to my oh-so-brilliant self. So I says to myself, maybe you can give the old man to take some much-needed rest and relaxation. Then you can get a head start on becoming Decider-in-Chief. What a ridiculous plan, Kupo. Hey, don't look at me. After all, who's the bigger fool? The fool? Or the guy who's the bigger fool? Anywho, that was my plan, and a darn good one if I don't say so myself. Starting right here at this room of rent, One by one, I turn these Mog houses into a controversial service. You know, one that you got to pay for. Then you come in demanding all these repairs and reprobations. Ha! What kind of chump do you take me for? Listen, bozos, I shaw the cots around here. As of right now, all Mog houses are stayed to pay. You stay, you pay. Now that's actro retrieve, adding in unpaid fees from the previous applicants with accumulated interest. That comes to, let's see here, 11,508 hojillion and 2 gills, payable immediately. That means now. Man, he's kind of dumb. What? Are you out of your noggin, Kupo? We don't have that kind of money. Sorry, I must have misunderstood you just now, because I could have sworn you said you ain't got the gills. But that couldn't be, because that would mean your account was in our ears. That's business lingo for overdue. That would mean your deadbeat butts would be out on the street, like now, you see. So I'll do you a favor and just remember this conversation. And if you're thinking dear old dad is going to come back to rescue your lousy behinds, you got another think coming. You think this one-way luxury cruise to Tabnasia will be keeping him busy for the foreseeable future. But you don't gots to worry. After all, I hear them trolls are leasing out caves in Halvung at very reasonable rates these days. Okay, so we got a mustache-twirling Moogle who doesn't know what words mean. That Toto, I'd heard what a reprobate ruffian he was, but this is ridiculous even for him. Time and again, the Kupo D'etat family has tried to impress upon him the importance of honest business, but nothing gets through that thick skull of his. Oh, Master, what shall we do? How can we scare up such a sizable sum of cash, Kupo? Unless, no, I couldn't. It's absolutely, positively out of the question, but... Master, listen, I want you to retrieve my buried Magi bank. Oh, how I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. The hard-earned gil I saved for my honeymoon with my dearest darling Kupiruru. Hours of hard labor in the name of love down the drain, Kupu. Oh, the agony, how it pains my tender Moogle heart. But we have no choice, Kupo. I beg of you, Master, you must hop on your chocobo, make your way for eastern Altepa Desert, and dig up my nest egg, Kupo. We shall pay that thuggardly Toto his money, but don't worry, Master, the boss will set everything straight when he returns. In fact, I'll try to track him down while you're away, Kupo. Oh, and Master, not to be mistrustful, but don't even think of helping yourself to my secret savings. I've got my cash counted down to the last beast coin, Kupo. Okay, so we've got to go to eastern Altepa Desert and play Chocobo Hot and Cold. But we're already a little bit past an hour and a half, so... I guess we'll switch over to White Mage and use Teleport Altep and see if we can't just hop on a Chocobo there and then get it done. I guess we have to get Geisel Greens too, which I'm not sure where to buy those. I guess I'll have to look that up real quick. Let's see, 62 gil from NPCs. You can get the closest NPC for buying it is either Juon at G7 in Upper Juno or Riemann in Lower Juno. So I guess we'll just switch to White Mage and go to Riemann or whatever. Okay, we're gonna be naked for this because I don't really care to. Well, we won't be totally naked, I guess. We'll be mostly naked. We'll be mostly naked. Mostly naked, I say. Mostly naked. Okay, so we're like... We've got boots and a hat on. That's all we need. That is all we need. Okay. Alright. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats, boots and cats. Okay, so Moojan at G7. I don't know who Mujan is, but maybe we can find him with the wide scan. Oh, it's a frickin' hot elven babe. Hello. Okay, so we'll buy a stack. Oh, they stacked to 99. That's kind of nice. Okay, so we got a stack. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I don't have teleport Altep. Probably because I never did the quest for it. Let's see if we can remedy that real quick. Teleport. Well, then I guess the next closest way would be to take the home point warrant to Rabeo and jump on a chocobo there. And it's not that much farther away. I wonder who sent me a message. Might be my Japanese friend, Arcom. Yeah, I made one Japanese friend while I was leveling. He's kind of cool. He seems like he's new to the game, so... he asks me questions. And actually, he seems to speak pretty good English. Or at least type and read it pretty good, so... I don't really have to use auto-translate with him. Promise to help him get through Dynamis. At some point. Although, I've actually been putting in for jobs. And I have a job interview in about 8 hours. And it's for an assistant managing position at a hotel. And, it won't be the most money I've ever made, because I made pretty good money for the 1 year that I was in the Navy, where I actually got to live outside of the barracks and live on base because I got a full housing allowance. And because I had roommates, I was able to get more than half of my housing allowance on top of my base pay, and also an allowance for sustenance, which was like an extra $800 a month. After splitting the rent 3 ways on the apartment I was living in. And so, like, I was getting, like, I guess about $2,400 a month. Which, like, that's not, like, amazing. But for my rank, I thought it was pretty damn good. Which, I mean, I guess that's only, what? Like 28. Yeah, it's almost it's like 28,000 a year. And that's after all the taxes and stuff too, by the way. Because the housing allowance itself and the sustenance allowance are non-taxable. You can't tax those. But yeah. Wait, what? Do I just hit dig? Okay. Here we go. Chocobo, hot and cold. You sense that it is leading you to the south. You dig and dig but find nothing. Okay, so... south. Still leading you south, okay. We'll go over... about here, I guess? It's still leading me south, okay. I'll keep going south. Maybe this first patch of green. By the way, every time we dig, it consumes a Geisel green. We have a hunch that this area would be favored by Moogles. Okay, so we're still going south, but we're okay. How much farther south do we gotta go here? And I thought I had all the teleport spells. I guess I'll have to either do that quest or buy a scroll. I guess also technically we're indirectly given a time limit. Because you have 30 minutes on the Chocobo. Southwest. Oh, we got a different reading for once. You suspect that scenery around here would be to a Moogle's liking. Still go southwest. Further southwest. More southwest. Okay, well, we're gonna run out of southwest here pretty soon. You have a feeling that your Moogle friend has been through this way. Just straight west now, huh? Okay. Leading you north. Strange. Let's try right here. You spot some familiar footprints. You're convinced your Moogle friend has been digging in the immediate vicinity. Okay. Huh, I wonder why I don't remember this. Obtained key item, moldy worm-eaten chest. Alright. This filthy worm-eaten chest purportedly contains your Moogle's friend's entire life savings. Okay. Get the hell out of here. I should have changed my sub to Black Mage sub so I could just cast Warp on myself. That's on me. Okay, so we'll get this last cutscene here for this mission, and then we will call it to a close for the day. And I think we're about halfway through. I'm not 100% sure. Just gonna click through real quick and see how many more missions there are. Okay. Okay, so it looks like there's a total of 15 missions. And we are currently on what, like 6 or 7? Okay, yeah, we just completed mission 7. Once we get the cutscene for it, we'll have completed mission 7. And we're just gonna complete it naked because we can. Well, Master, did you find my secret Magi bank? Sure did, bucko. Oh, that's it, without a doubt, Kupo. Ah, my hard-earned fortune. What a way for it to open. Hour upon backbreaking hour spent shoveling buffalo dung, with only the thought of a felicitous future with my fair Koopy-Roo-Roo to keep my spirits high. If you will, Master, just allow this poor Moogle to count his fortune one last time before saying goodbye. 1, 2, 3, Kupo! 630, 631, 632 gil. What with the MHMU and the red these days, it would seem our wages aren't what they used to be. I'm afraid this means we're still a smidgen short on funds, Kupo. I'm afraid this means... oh, Master, is there no end to our misfortunes? Whatever shall we do now, Kupo? Unless, no, anyone, anything but him. Oh, Shadow Lord music. No, siree, I promised my Moogle mommy that no matter how rough things got, I would never ever stoop to that, Kupo. But desperate times make for desperate Moogles. Yes, Master, I fear we have but one option at our disposal. Rico Kupenreich. The slipperiest, shadiest, shiftiest, schemingest moneylender in all of Vana'diel, Kupo. And the only one who could lend us what we need without demanding all our worldly possessions as collateral. I've been lucky to never have dealt with him before, but word has it that he's got a deep grudge against the Kupo family, Kupo. That he resents them for running a successful upstanding business while he's left to skulk in the shadows. Rico peddles his trade in the murky depths of Sea Serpent Grotto. I hoped this day would never come, but business is business, and he's the only one who can help us now, Kupo. Do take care, Master. Oh, okay. So, basically for the next mission, we gotta go to Sea Serpent Grotto and get a couple of cutscenes. And then we gotta get a Sahagin key and go through the ornamental door and get yet another cutscene. And that's pretty much it. So, between now and then, I'll go ahead and get my own ornamental key off camera. Or Sahagin key, that is. And next time we will do probably the rest of A Moogle Kupo D'etat. I don't know if there's going to be any more farming or anything ridiculous like invincible cardigans. But thanks for watching, stay safe and have a great day. And I'm glad to be back to record it. And maybe next time you hear from me, I'll have a job. So, yeah.